For the past 11 years of my life, I've been using this 7-step system, and it made me a millionaire by the time I was 34. I teach it in my mastermind to ambitious people who want to build a strategy for their life. But today, I'm going to give you the steps for free. And after the last step in this video, I'm going to give you a tip that I learned from a guy who's worth over $270 million to make this even better. I learned these principles in a huge boardroom of a Fortune 500 company with a bunch of executives sitting around a huge table. And we were listening to this expert that was talking about the principles of strategy. I had heard this presentation over and over before, but something really clicked with me this time and lightning struck. I realized that a lot of these principles were pretty universal, and if I started using them in my own life, I would probably make some pretty incredible progress. After just doing it for 4 years, my net worth tripled. I was hitting every sales award that there was, but I was still leaving the office every day at 5 p.m. And my overall life satisfaction couldn't have been higher. The results I was experiencing in my life started to kind of become really obvious compared to the people around me who were working way later and still not making as much money, and overall just came in on Mondays feeling really down. Meanwhile, I'm here having a great day. So eventually they started asking me to coach them on whatever it was that I was doing. So I formalized this lifestyle design process into 7 different steps. And those 7 steps fell in line with the 4 phases of strategy that this brilliant analyst and all of these big time executives were all talking about. And I have a video that's linked in the description below that goes a little more in depth into what those 4 phases are. But just so you know, they are destination, starting point, journey, and checkpoints. Okay, so let's break down this system that I've optimized over 7 years in order to help you build a strategy to get the life that you want. So the very first step that we have is the why statement. And this would be the equivalent in business to something like a mission statement, but it's for our lives. And the why statement is not meant to be like a destination of somewhere specific we're trying to get. It's really just a North Star that really shows what our values are at this point in time to help keep us on track. The second step in the process is the most important because everything that we do after this is going to tie back to our objectives. So there's a couple little things with the objectives. We're working off of a 3-year time frame. So we're asking that question, what do we want and why do we want it? Well, that is ultimately to figure out the objectives in lifestyle design. And in my process that I work with people in my mastermind, you only get 3 objectives. You can have 1, 2, or 3, but you can't have more than that. And the reason is the more that we have, the more we have to spread out our time, energy, and money. And all the studies show that the more you spread those out, the less likely you are to achieve any of them. So 3 is the most you can have. The third step is evaluation. And this is really just taking a step back and figuring out where we are. So as an example, one of the clients that I worked with had an objective to run an Ironman, even though he had never ran a 5K before. And he wanted to do this because his dad had passed and it was something that his father loved doing. And he wanted to honor his dad by doing an Ironman in 3 years. So the objective that we had was running an Ironman in 3 years. And from an evaluation standpoint, we looked at it and we're like, okay, great. You're pretty much starting at 0. So that's when we started building out the next step, which is short-term goals. Now, with STGs, as I call them, because, hey, we need to abbreviate things, right? With STGs, those are any goals that we have that are 12 months all the way down to daily goals that we have for ourselves. Anything beyond 12 months is considered a long-term goal. So what we want to do is have 12-month goals, 6-month goals, 3-month goals, monthly goals, and then you can do weekly goals if you want, but I tend to just skip that and go straight to daily goals. So every day I'll write down 3 to 5 things that will move me to my monthly goals that ultimately tie to my 12-month goal that then tie back to my 3-year goal. And by making these micro steps every single day, we're stacking small wins and we're stacking them all the time. We end up making really dramatic progress in our lives. The next step that we have is systems. And people tend to get a little confused as to what that really means. But a very simple one would be like a financial system. So if you have a goal and it requires you to save a certain amount of money, then a simple system of what you could do to make sure that you're funding that goal would be to set up a bank account for it and then create an automatic transfer that happens every single month or whenever you're getting paid that goes from bank account A to bank account B. And there you go. You have created a system to take off a task that you no longer have to do, and that will save you time, money, and energy, and it's going to prevent you from making errors and forgetting to do it. The sixth step in this is milestones. And milestones are really important because when you're a mountain climber and you're starting at the base of the mountain and you're looking up at the peak, you don't climb heading straight up to the peak. Normally what happens is we're climbing just to get to this one particular spot on the mountain where we can stop and rest and then reevaluate how things are going and then continue to move up to the next milestone from there. Nobody's climbing up the mountain just staring at the peak the entire time. So that's why milestones are really important. They allow us to make the most direct path possible, but then they also give us the chance to adjust in case anything changes, because there's one constant in life, it's that things are going to change. The other really big thing about this step is that we actually gamify our lives and we put the fun back into system in order to be able to make sure that we are staying motivated and giving us these psychological wins to keep us moving on our journey. And then the seventh and final step to this is accountability. There's two types of accountability. The first one is paid accountability, which is whenever you hire a coach or a therapist or some type of expert to help you get the results that you're trying to get. And then the second one is personal accountability. And personal accountability is just telling your friends or somebody that's really close to you, or even putting it out on social media to help you achieve what you want to do. When you combine those two elements of accountability, you can increase your chances of success by up to 95%. If you're a business leader or in sales and you are interested in the Design Mastermind and want to find out more about what it can specifically do for you in your situation, then go to the description below and click on the link to fill out an application, and then we'll schedule a call with you to talk more details about it.